So in this video we're going to continue our discussion of how the OnItemDraw event is handled for the embedded calendar, and we've been discussing how to put custom text into the calendar as the calendar is being drawn. So now the next problem that we need to deal with is what happens when there's a lot of events for a given day. So if I were to, for example, take this JSON data over here and then duplicate it a few times, and then obviously I would need a comma there. So now you can see I've actually got a lot of rows of data, which is too many to display. So you can see that now the data is overflowing into the subsequent cell. So we need some technique now to check the number of items in the array and then display, say, a hyperlink that goes somewhere else if there's too many items to display. So let's go now and take a look at how we solve that problem. So you can see here now I've now opened up another component, and my JSON data now has quite a few events for the 12th of January. So let's go look now at how this renders. So you can see for the 1st of January there was only one event. For the 5th of January there were two events, and so when I put my mouse over the word multiple I get this little pop-up menu, and then when I put my mouse over the 12th of January I get a pop-up menu with even more items on it, and then if I were to click, say, item 7, it would say edit event for number 7. So let's go now back and take a look at how we did this. So the JavaScript now is getting a little bit more complicated, but it's still not that difficult to understand. So the first thing that you can see that I've done here is I've gotten a pointer to the actual calendar control. So this calendar that is displayed here is a JavaScript object, and by using the dialog.object get control method I can get a pointer to that object, and I'm going to use that pointer to store some information later on. So here's my JSON data that I want to plot on the calendar, and then you can see here that what I'm doing is I'm checking to see whether an object called underbar menu items has been defined, and if it hasn't been defined I'm creating a new object called underbar menu items inside the calendar object. So curObj is my pointer to the calendar object. So I'm creating a new object called underbar menu items, and I'm putting it inside curObj. So here's my standard code that gets called when I'm drawing a new date item, and just as we did before, we're computing the key into the JSON data. And now you can see that what I've done is I've set the maximum number of items to show, and I've set that to 1. If I had set that to 2, then I would show 2 items before switching to the pop-down menu. So what I'm saying here is if the array of events for a particular day is greater than 1, then I want to switch to showing a menu. Otherwise I want to just show the items directly on the calendar as we previously did. So you can see here that if in fact we need to use a menu, a pop-up menu, then what we do is we create an empty array called menu items, and then what we do is we push onto menu items. Actually we don't need this this line over here, so I can actually comment that out. But so we push onto menu items a new JSON object that has HTML and an onClick event. So, and the onClick event is constructed using the JavaScript function which just lets us create a function from a string. So we're creating a function from a string over here. So this is the function that we want to call, and that's being pushed into this menu items array. And then what we're doing is we're storing inside the menu items object the array for this date. So there's going to be an array in menu items for all of the dates for which there were multiple events. So there's going to be an array of menu items